Everyone, it's Jake, aka Lunar Wolf, and today we got some spicy information of what to expect on the next season of Conqueror's Blade. So what we do know is that it is coming at the very end of this season, September 28th, so there's not going to be downtime again. I know a lot of us do like to have those couple of weeks of downtime. I personally love it because I've just been going ridiculously hard in this game. Territory war after territory war. I am in an endgame house, and it gets quite demanding. So those few weeks are a nice break to kind of reset, play something else, and, just kind of enjoy life for a little bit before you jump back into the grind. Here, though, we're seeing something interesting. They're continuing on with this idea of the story approach that they started back in season... Ooh, what was that? There's been always a bit of a story, all the way back since season 3, to be honest. But they kind of dived fully into it with, I believe, season 6, which was the Scourge of Winter season. Might have been season 5. Yeah, because season 6 was the Wolves of Ragnarok. Season 7 is season 8's the Dynasty. I'm getting all my seasons messed up, and I apologize for that. Anyway. Enough with that rambling. Let's actually take a look at what we might see here. So this is the typical promo type of thing. They actually announced this yesterday. Today I'm taking a look at some of the new information that they sent out too based on the lore, which makes me have some thoughts here. But we'll get into that in a second. So here basically they're saying the next season is called Tyranny. The idea is that there is a monstrous titan that has forced his way back into the Borderlands. So it looks like Conqueror City is going to be kind of the main capital to go against. So we're kind of coming back full circle here with having at least one capital open that is an original type of capital. Conqueror City is a siege map now that's in rotation. There's a lot of interesting mechanics for how Conqueror's Blade was. I don't know if they're going to keep that, but back when I was in my old house, we were holding the gates. So there were 4 gates, and you needed to hold at least one and a certain number of influence in the Borderlands in order to be able to attack Conqueror's City. If you lost one of the gates while you were attacking, you wouldn't win the city. Kind of like how now with the capitals, if you attack certain things, you need to have good influence to make sure you have first deck and to be able to fight for it. So it looks like we're going to get some stuff with Conqueror City again. It looks like it's going to be a very Borderlands centric type of thing. I don't know if they're going to open up all of the regions again. They might still stick with the similar number of regions that they have right now, but we'll see. So there's going to be 3 new seasonal units composed of the Tyrant's armies and a contingency of rebels. Command them to take up arms against the diabolical new threat, stoke the flames of rebellion, with a band of axe throwers and javelin cavalry, each bringing brand new unit mechanics to Conqueror's Blade near the beginning of Season 9. Later, an explosive force from the Far East will arrive to help turn the tide of the battle. So I'm seeing an explosive force. I'm thinking that those are the gunners that we saw from the Qian Dynasty that were supposed to be in this one, but they held it back. So we probably already know the Tier 5 unit. It's going to be another Tier 5 gunner unit that we looked at before. You can go back to one of my previous videos to see some of the leaks on that. I can actually put a card to that on that side. I got to learn where my camera placement is. Anyway. Looks like we're going to get a band of axe throwers here. That's kind of like the Grenadiers were back in Season 5. Yeah, Season 5. A ranged unit, low armor. These ones are probably going to have some melee ability, but they might have like an axe throw ability as well. Probably like a discount version of Berserkers to some degree, maybe. I'm not entirely sure right now. This is all just speculation. The Javelin Cavalry will be very interesting. Ranged Cavalry has been teetering back and forth here. We had a good season with Liao's Rangers, and then they were bad. and not as good anymore, but now we're back to having some type of need for a ranged cavalry because modals are just too good against cav. So this might be a interesting counter to kind of break up that meta even more. We'll see, though. I'm not sure what the full theme is because it looks like it's going to be more along the lines of one of the more medieval stylings here. I mean, this type of helmet doesn't really scream Eastern. It doesn't really scream Ottoman. It doesn't really... It looks a bit stylized, to be honest. So kind of maybe like the Scourge of Winter season. Everything was a bit more doom and gloom stylized armor than it actually was their typical practical approach for the most part. I don't like this. For the first time ever, you will be able to pre-order seasonal units in-game before the launch of the season. Bypass the unit challenges and recruit them as soon as they're released. So it's just basically a day one type of thing here. I kind of find the pre-ordering of stuff like that kind of dumb. I mean, people will pay their way through the pass anyway, but I don't know. Doesn't make sense. If it's not any cheaper, there's no point to do it. We have the Battle Pass on September 16th dropping to see what there is. 100 levels of premium rewards to unlock. So typically the same stuff that you're probably always going to get. A unit attire, a horse attire, a hero attire, 2 of them. Starting level 1 and then level 100. Probably continue on utilizing blades. Everything like that. New territory war improvements to the game. I wonder what that's going to be because I'm not entirely sure. What all really needs to change? I know there's a lot of complaints for different things. I know, for example, for right now, there's a bit of an exploit going on where if a cohort decks on a fief, nobody can attack it unless they go and get the influence there. But you could also attack these lands without having the influence, and do these honor races that I know people used to love there. So maybe they're going to improve that system a bit more. But I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure. Now, the next one that I want to kind of go through is the breaking the lore. So we have a bit of lore now based on it to get maybe a better idea of what we can expect. So it really looks like this is stemming from the Scourge of Winter. We drove them out, and some new dude rose up in the ranks in the power vacuum and is coming down here, and he's going to take over Conqueror City. He's a tyrant, apparently. Wicked forces, so I'm assuming that there's going to be some stylized type of fantasy to here. Those who could hold a sword fight for him. Those who resisted would feel his blade. Yada, yada, yada. He's so badass. He's so crazy. He's going to take over the city. He's going to run things. He's going to shake up the world again. Maybe we have to go and rebuild some fiefs that were hit like we did before. Maybe we have to do something like that. I just hope we don't have another goddamn... As much as I loved the addition of story and actual things to do that made PvE feel a bit more relevant back in the Scourge of Winter, I absolutely hated running through the snow, trudging through everything like that, trying to do territory wars there. I just didn't want to do anything. It really killed my motivation for the game, so I hope they don't do that again coming up here. The grind was intense, and they've scaled it back a bit, but I just don't know. I really, really don't know. So this is just a nice little tip of the Lord. I recommend if you take a little read on there so you get a good idea of what you might want to do, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I think that kind of just covers it here. I'd love to know what you think might be information about the new units. If you've happened to see any leaks, put them in the comment section below. I'll definitely take a look at them. Some of you have actually reached out to me to update the guide video that I did for the new region that opened up in Season 8 here, the guide video on crafting artillery, that is. I do plan on giving a little bit of an update to the spreadsheet. I don't know if I'll add more to the video because it's all pretty self-explanatory after that. It's the same type of ideas, but I'll definitely update that spreadsheet. And if you guys like this type of content, I know I'm a bit longer in between postings from time to time, but leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future stuff. I've got a lot in the works, a few more videos for Conqueror's Blade that I plan on doing. I'm going to be going hard in New World when that launches also at the end of the month. So if you want to look at content for that, definitely follow the channel. Follow my Twitch, which for now is still running, twitch.tv/LunarWolf. I haven't decided yet, but I might actually bring my streams over to YouTube and kind of work everything there to just continue to generate more content for you guys so you can see it and enjoy it and leave me feedback all in one nice place. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys in the next video, and you have a good one.